pop out chat. Let's go. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah. Go. There we go, there we go. All right. Okay, okay. Dun, 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 dun.
So inside of our query, what we can do is we can just
Dun, 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 dun. Is there? Whoa. Keycast. Display. Update. Select. Okay. Okay.
pass it a function, and this function is going to take any input we want. In our case, we don't pass any inputs at all. It doesn't do anything. All we're going to do is just return the text hi. Super straightforward. So all this function does is return to us the string of hi. Now for logging to our server, this is going to be a little bit more complex, and that's because we're going to have some input that we're going to take in. So we're going to pass it this input property, which allows us to define a validator for our input. In our case, our validator is going to take in a value, which is going to be any type. We don't know what that type is, and we want to narrow that down. So if the type of v is equal to a string, then we know that our type is valid, so we can just return that type. And now this v variable is typed as a string, as you can see here, while up here it is typed as unknown because it doesn't know what it is. Now we expect this to be a string, so if it's not a string, we want to throw some type of error. So we're just going to throw an error, and this is just going to say invalid input expected string. Doesn't really matter what you put here, it's just going to say, hey, there's some type of error. Now the next step is we want this to be a mutation, since it's going to be modifying data on our server. It's going to be logging to our server logs, so we can have that here, and that takes in a request object. Same thing here, this query would take in that request, but in our case, we're just going to be using the request here because we have some type of input. So our request, you can see, has a context and an input. We care about the input because that's the thing we want to log. So we can just say console.log client says, and then we can log out whatever our input is. Then in order to return data down to our client, I'm just going to say return true to say that this was successfully performed. So now we have set up our router. Let's give it a name. We'll say app router. And this router has two things that we can do. We can call the say hi function, which is going to give us the data of hi back, or we can make this mutation here, which is going to log to the server. This is expecting a string as our only input, and it's going to log that string out to our screen. Now the next step here is going to depend on what actual interface you're using. In our example, we're using Express as our library of choice, so we need to use the Express adapter, but TRPC is built in with a lot of different adapters. So what we can do is we can come way down here, we can say app.use, this is the Express specific code, and we want to use at the /trpc route. We can do whatever we want, we could do this normal slash route, but I like to do it at /trpc, and then we want to call the create express middleware function. In this function, we need to import, so if I just come all the way up to the very top here, we can import that function, and I need to make sure I do this app up above here. Oops, there we go, that we actually have access to our app variable. So I want to import this create tr or express middleware, and this is going to be coming from at trpc/server. We need to get it from the adapters folder, and as you can see, like I mentioned, there are a bunch of different adapters you can use. Next.js is very popular, but in our case, we're using the express specific adapter. So now we have that function for creating the middleware, and this function is pretty straightforward. It's just going to adapters you can use. Next.js is very popular, but in our case, we're using the express specific adapter. So now we have that function for creating the middleware, and this function is pretty straightforward. It's just going to take in here a router, which in our case is our app router. That's all we need to do, and now we have TRPC set up on our server. So if we go to our /routes for TRPC, we can actually call our say hi or our log to server. Procedure. But in order to do that, we need to implement this on our client as well. So this is where my client is running. Here's our code for it, and we need to install the client-side library. So I can say npm I at trpc/client. That's going to install that client library for us. Give it a second to load. Now we can start running our application again. We're at our console. And the very first thing that we need to do in here is create a client. So I can say const client equals, and there's a function called create trpc proxy client, just like that. And we can make sure that we import this. So we can add that import from that client that we just installed. So there we go. This is going to be our function, and it's going to take in some links. This is an array of ways that you want to interact when you call a function. So when you call some TRPC function, what do you want to do? In our case, we want to make an HTTP request to our server, so we're going to use the HTTP bat.
YouTube. Let's go.
Link. This is
What?
it's going to just
TRPC client. What the hell? Oh, I see. It's not. It's NPM. Fine. Deprecated.
all that client import server, and it's going to allow us to batch all
link.
our requests together into one request, which just saves on some network bandwidth. So inside of here, we need to pass the URL that we're requesting. In our case, our server is running on localhost 3000/trpc, and that's because we're running on port 3000/trpc. That's where that comes from. So now we have our client set up, and what I can do, let's just create a main function here. I'm just going to call that main function. I'm just using this so we can use async await inside of here. So for example, I could get the result from calling client.sayhi.query. Now you'll notice I didn't get any autocomplete. I'm having errors and stuff showing up. And the reason for that is because we haven't told TRPC what our types are. In order to do that, we need to actually export our types here from our client, or from our server, I'm sorry. So we can just type in export type, and we're going to call this our app route. So trade that is equal to the type of our app route. And we'll import that and pass that app. As the generic type for creating our from, we set this up We're going to save this. You will notice we're by VS our server. The reason this happened, we refresh our client here. You can see that by just make sure I know as all the different routes type.
สวัสดีครับผมสวัสดีครับไม่ใช้ไม่ได้ อะไรวะเนี่ย โอเควันนี้ทำอะไรเหรอครับทำ TRPC ครับผมเอ้ยทำ TRPC ครับผมจัดไป TRPC คือเฟรมเวิร์กหรอครับTRPC ไม่ใช่เฟรมเวิร์กครับแต่เป็น end-to-end type safety ครับก็คือใช่ครับ end-to-end type safety ตัวอย่างเช่นถ้าเราจะโอเคเดี๋ยวอธิบายก็ได้ครับตัวอย่างเช่นเรามี client ใช่ไหมครับมี client มีโฟลเดอร์ตรงนี้แล้วกันเรามีโฟลเดอร์ client มีโฟลเดอร์ server เราแยกได้เราจะเขียน API โหเราจะเขียน API ตรงอันนี้ server นะครับเราจะเขียน API ตรงว่าเนี่ยเราเตอร์นี้นะถ้าเรียก hi say hi มันจะ return hi มาใช่ไหมมันจะ return hi มาแล้วเราใช้ type เนี่ยไปเรียกที่ front end เราได้อย่างเช่นถ้าผมเปิด front end เนาะอันนี้ client เนาะอันนี้คือ front end front end เราสร้าง connect TRPC ปุ๊บแล้วเราเรียกนี่ client ปุ๊บsay hi เห็นไหมแล้วก็ query ได้ทำไมถึงเราใช้อย่างนี้เพราะว่าเราจะมีพวก type safety อย่างเช่นพอเรา dot ปุ๊บมันจะบอกหมดเลยว่าเรามีอะไรบ้างเพราะว่ามัน connect ด้วย type say hi ปุ๊บแล้วเรา query ได้ query คือดึงข้อมูลquery จะเป็นดึงข้อมูลนี่นี่คือ query เห็นไหมครับ keyword query อันนี้จะ query แต่ถ้า mutation ก็จะเรียกตรงนี้mutation คือ create แบบ create สักอย่างหนึ่ง query คือใช่ครับประมาณนั้นใช่ซึ่งเราแทบไม่ต้องเขียน fetch เลยปกติตอน front end ใช่ปะเราจะเขียน fetch http แล้วก็ .catch อะไรบลาบลา .json ก็ว่าไปใช่ไหมแต่อันนี้เราไม่ต้องเขียน front end เลยเราแค่นี้แล้วเราเอา TRPC จากข้างหลังไป query back end ของเราอีกทีแปลว่า front end เราจะ clean ขึ้นแล้วก็เข้าใจมากขึ้นแล้วก็มี type safety ด้วยอย่างเช่นถ้าผมเปลี่ยนตรงนี้เฮ้ย say hi อันนี้มันไม่ใช่ say hi แล้วอันนี้จะเป็น say hello ใช่ไหมsay hello ปุ๊บคอยดูนะเห็นไหมมันจะบอกว่ามันไม่ exist แล้วเนี่ยเราจะเห็น error ได้ชัดเจนมากถ้าเราเปลี่ยนอะไร back end ถ้าเราเปลี่ยนอะไรสักที่หนึ่งมันจะบอกเลยก็ประมาณนี้ใช่แล้วมันก็จะเก็บคล้ายๆเอลิเซียเลยครับผมไม่เคยใช้เอลิเซียเลยนะแต่ว่ามันจะเก็บเส้นให้ด้วยอย่างเช่นว่าเรา อย่างเช่นเรายิงไปใช่ไหมเนี่ยมันจะเก็บเส้นมันจะไม่โชว์ API ให้แต่ response มันจะเป็นอย่างนี้แต่มันจะไม่โชว์ว่าเรายิง API ไปเส้นไหนเราอาจจะแบบอาจจะมี hello อะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันน่าจะบอกเส้นแหละแต่ไม่แน่ใจนะแต่ก็ประมาณนี้ใช่คร่าวๆเนาะอันนี้มองไม่เห็นว่ะควิดโอเคมีประมาณนี้
Then in our client, we can import that and pass that as the generic type /API. That's because this import should be coming from up to us. So it's making that request. If we go to our network tab, we can actually see that input value. And then now if I go over to my network tab, I'll just click once. And that's because up here, we return true. And our client is smart enough to know that this result is a Boolean because everything is super type safe, which is great. If I try to pass this a number instead of a string, you're going to notice it's going to give me an error. Is the giant benefit to using
เปิดสตรีมพี่มาเจอไลฟ์สตรีมผมยอมแล้ว
TRPC beyond just the other things it does like batching automatically and other stuff like say trpc.ts, and this is where we're going to initialize our TRPC.
ใส่หูฟังก่อนโยสับ
inside here, just like that. I'm going to export this. I want to make sure that I import this variable right here. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because in your server, you should only ever have one instance of TRPC that you've initialized. So you should only ever call this line one single time, never more than once. It's essentially the same thing as like creating your Express application. You should never do that more than one time. So immediately, that's my first step is I like to break this out into its own file. Then if I need to do anything with it, I can. Or if I just want to export it as is like we are, that's perfectly okay too. And the next thing I like to do is to create a folder for all my different routes. In our case, I'm going to call this routers actually. And then what I can do is I can create all of our different routers. In our case, I want to have an index.js or sorry.
TRPC okayมันจะเสียงดังเลยชัดเจน
TS router. And this is going to be the router that contains all of my index routes. So in our case, all these routes are at the root of our TRPC. You know that because when we call them, we say client dot and then whatever the trying to do is, so it's our index essentially. So what I want to do is I want to move all of these routes into that section. I'm just going to copy all. All of this code is synced. I want to make sure that I export our app rep.
Let's go.
And I want to import T from go. So now everything is working.
Oi, clean. Ah. Click start clean.ฝุ่นเยอะจัด
I give that a click.
Shelby Drive, look alive, niggas came up on the side, now they on the other side, oh well, fuck them dawg, we gon' see how hard they ride, I get racks to go outside, and I spit it with the cloud, we up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied, I've been closest like the lie, niggas acting like I died, they won't be expecting shit when cap up on the slide, cause I told them never put that shit behind us, but I lied, ayy.
This router, I'm around, man. If I fuck, I'ma beat so for that, here, we can get it. There we go. Push me to the edge, so it really ain't my motherfucking fault. Man, I'm not to blame, man. The fucking industry is cutthroat. I'm not the same, man. And I can let you check the tag. Now I don't fucking name brand. I'm only chasing after bags. Now I got a game plan. And I'm out here with the book. 700, 3i5s. Look alive, niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side. Oh well, fuck them dawg, we gon' see how hard they ride. I get racks to go outside, and I spit it with the guys. We up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied. I've been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died. They won't be expecting shit when cap up on the side, cause I told them not to put that shit behind us, but I did.
ต้นเร็วอยู่ไว้แบบพิมพ์ปุ๊บดีเลยเนี่ยลบแล้วลบชาย
Shelby Drive, look alive, niggas came up on the side, now they on the other side, oh well, fuck them dawg, we gon' see how hard they ride, I get racks to go outside, and I split it with the cloud, we up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied, I've been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died, they won't be expecting shit when cap up go to slide, cause I told them not to put that shit behind us, but I lied.
คอมเราก็
I'm cooking up in the lab like I'm Rick and Morty. 40 power, hit a monster, turn your brain to pasta. Hit a opera, dread swinging just like I'm a rocker. Smoking ganja and I'm zooted, walking in my Pradas. Any nigga touch my gangster, nigga, I'm a popper. And we ain't throwing hands with you fuck niggas. It's when I'm top up in that chamber, better duck, nigga. Niggas pissing on the family, he get slumped, nigga. We shoot his body, then we lay him in that trunk, nigga. I know, bitch, that's on my life. I won't ever fold a nigga speaking on the play with it. That nigga gotta go, I'm living slow, but I can fake, but I'ma steal up that pole. Niggas think I'm pussy, you gon' have to show me, yo. Police always in my fucking crib. I don't tell them shit, I'm really rapping about this fucking life that I fucking live, but I be coolin', tryna focus on the fucking dividends. But if it's money in your head, well, I'ma fucking get it, man.
Nested inside.
Konsologge. Konsologge. Oh my god. What's this? Besides undefined. Who cares? Let's go. Hello. That's very cool.
Have users, and then and a name. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to export under that route of procedure to give an individual user. We have one the log out stuff. We have one to say hi. With procedures, you can actually make generic procedures that have root information inside them. So what I could do here is I could say that we're going to have a user procedure, which is just t.procedure. I want to give it some inheritance, and that if we put away all these other scripting for you. But if we want to do that, we can just npm izod on our server. That's going to give us access.
What?
That this should be input.userid, and then we're going to give it.
Oh. Oh my god. I see. Okay. Mr. Zore. Zit. It lags somehow. Up in the wings fall. Up in the
turn it loud. Somebody by the waist and now throw it in the face like hypnotic. Nobody this here will rock your bodies. Take somebody by the waist and now throw it in the face like systematic, ecstatic. This hit me. Get out of control, get your ass off the walls. Misdemeanor said so. Everybody get out of control, get your ass off the walls. Misdemeanor said so. Everybody get out of control, get your ass.
Anyone who wants to flow gets to something. Let's go there. Oh no! Did I fuck up? Ding da dong, bum ba dong, bum dun 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 dun. Did I? Okay, I didn't fuck up. Install. Procedure, is that how you spell? Procedure, right? Input. No. C dot object. Then that user. Z dot string. Why do I need this? Why do I need this? User procedure, and you can query. Is it
Yeah.
user router say get? How do you? Oh, I see now. Input. Come on now. And then say name. Your money goes around me. To act like a friend.
Sober for an hour, but I'm rolling off a bean now. The drugs they give me confidence, I'm saying what I need.
What? come on อ้าวเพลงนั้นหายไปไหนOkay, let's go. Also, it updates real time, huh?
Positive squad, stay blessed, never stressed.
Yeah, now we passed the name, it's fine. So user, we passed to the done. Now we can also take this step further. Same
I did correct, right? It's correct.
Smoke detectors on lockdown. DJ Smokey, all up in your ass.
DJ smoking ass. Hola amigos. Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
user procedure for the next thing, which is going to input so because when you have multiple inputs, it's smart enough to combine them together. So as a user, mutation on this, it's going to get our request, just like that. And then I'm just going to say console.log, updating user. I'm going to give it the user ID. There we go. To have the name, and I'm going to give it that name. Is our request. There we go. So now, without all that, we need to pass it both a user ID instead of doing name. There we go.
เควันนี้ผมก็มาไลฟ์สตรีมประมาณชั่วโมงเดียวประมาณนี้นะครับแล้วก็น่าจะเดี๋ยวนี้ไลฟ์เรื่อยๆเพราะปิดเทอมแล้วก็เดี๋ยวปิดเพลงกันแล้วเดี๋ยวจะมาไลฟ์เรื่อยๆโอเคครับก็ที่ไม่ได้ไลฟ์ก็มันงานเยอะเนาะทำเกมด้วยแล้วก็ทำสตาร์ทอัพด้วยตอนนี้สตาร์ทอัพล่มละลายสตาร์ทอัพล่มละลายครับพังครับสตาร์ทอัพตอนแรกคิดว่ามันจะไม่ยากขนาดนั้นแต่ว่ายากสุดๆก็ใครที่ไม่เคยก็แนะนำลองดูนะครับว่ามันขนาดไหน แต่ว่า good experience ครับก็วันนี้ประมาณชั่วโมงนึงก็ชั่วโมงนึงก็โอเคช่วงนี้ช่วงปิดเทอมด้วยก็ไม่มีอะไรโอเคครับ see you everyone